Yeah, let's begin with the exercise part, that is the solution part. Before we begin with the solution part, I am repeating the rule of multiplication. Numerator is multiplied with numerator and denominator is multiplied with denominator. And before we start with any multiplication, division or any kind of evaluation process, remember that the given fractions need to be in the standard form. Standard form means what? Already it should be reduced. Reduced means if the numerator and denominator can be cut with a common table, we will cut it, we will cancel it out and we will reduce it to the shortest numbers possible. And if at all there is a minus sign present, if the minus sign is present, it should always be in the numerator, or you may write it in the middle of the fraction, but it will never be with the denominator. If there are two minus signs, that is one in the numerator and one in the denominator, they will cancel out each other and make it positive. If there is one minus sign, then it has to be with the numerator always. So this fraction is already in the reduced form, we can't reduce it further, and also the minus sign is in the numerator, so this is already in the standard form. But this fraction is not in the standard form. Let's convert it into standard form. How to convert it? Just shift the minus sign in the numerator. So here I shifted the negative sign in the numerator and nothing can be reduced further. So this is in the standard form. Now while evaluating, so both the numbers are in the standard form, then we will begin with the process of multiplication or evaluation. Now how does the multiplication process go on? Just count the number of negative signs in the entire expression. Count the number of negative signs. How many negative signs are there? Two negative signs. So they make a pair. It's an even number. That means it will make it to positive number. So first of all, we decide upon the sign of the answer, and then we go on with the evaluation process. Now how it is evaluated? Just break it down into the prime factors, or maybe the factors, only factors. So 125 can be broken into prime factors as 5 into 5 into 5. Why do we always convert into prime factors? Because they are unique for every number. Prime factors are unique for every number. Okay, so 9 can also be broken into 3 into 3. But we are not breaking because 72 was breakable into 9 into 8. And that 9 and this 9 was cutting with each other. So no need to break 9 further. This 5 will remain 5 because it is already a prime number. Now this 5 and this 5 gets cancelled, 9 will get cancelled with 9, 5 5s are 25 remains in the numerator and 8 in the denominator. Whatever remains, it will be written as it is. Now cutting always works with one numerator and one denominator. It can never work with one numerator and a numerator. Numerator cannot cancel with numerator and denominator cannot cancel with the denominator. Always a fraction can be reduced with its own numerator and own denominator. Let there be plus, minus or any sign anywhere else. If we are cancelling the numerator with the denominator in the same fraction, we can cancel it anytime. But if you are cancelling a denominator of a fraction with another numerator, with the numerator of another fraction, that time you have to see that the sign between both the fractions should be multiplication. Okay. If you are cancelling one denominator with the numerator of another fraction, then you have to see that there should be a multiplication sign between the two fractions. Otherwise, if you are cancelling with the own numerator, then you need not worry about these signs. You can cancel it anytime. Okay. Okay. So this is clear. Same thing goes on with the second sum. Here, this is already in the standard form. This we can reduce it. We can cancel these two numbers with the table of 4. 4 5s are and 4 2s are. Or even if you don't reduce it here, you can reduce it in the next step. So first of all, we decide upon the sign of the entire answer. Sign will be minus because there is only one minus sign. That is odd number. So minus. Now this is breakable into 8 2s are. This could be broken into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 also. But why I have taken 8 2s are? Because that 8 and this 8 will get cancelled. So 8 2s are. 5 will remain 5. 20 is broken into 5 4s are, and 8 is as it is. 8 gets cancelled with 8, 5 gets cancelled with 5. Remaining numbers are written as it is. 2 4s are 8. That's it. And minus sign as it is. Same way we go on with the next examples. You can see now I'll not take much time on the explanation part. You can clearly have a glance. 36 upon minus 7. Now first of all, convert this thing into the standard form. So minus sign will go in the numerator. This minus and this minus. Minus into minus will make it plus. So first we tell about the sign and then we go on with the actual solution. So this is broken as 4 9s are and 7 will remain as it is. This will be as it is and this will be broken into 4 7s are. Now this 4 in the numerator and 4 in the denominator gets cancelled. But this 9 and 9 can't get cancelled because both are the numerators as discussed. 7 into 7 will also remain as it is. 7 7 is 49, 9 9 is 81. And this gives us the answer. Same way this calculation can be seen. Peaks are going to be shared. Here no explanation needed. It's similar to all previous examples. Question number 3. Here also whatever was given, it's just evaluated as it is. Here there is a multiplication operation. Now this 2 is written as 2 upon 1. When there is no denominator, it is always 1. When there is nothing in the denominator, 1 is considered as the denominator. So 2 and 4 will get cancelled. But after cancelling, only 1 remains in the numerator. 1 1s are 1 and 1 2s are 2. Here also after the entire solution part is done, 6 upon 5 remains. Now there is a subtraction operation. For subtraction operation, we need the denominators to be same. We need like fractions. So the LCM of both the numbers are calculated, 2 and 5. LCM is 10. So first fraction needs to be multiplied by 5. So in the numerator also we will multiply by 5. This needs to be multiplied by 2. So this also will be multiplied by 2. We get this as the result, 5 upon 10 minus 12 upon 10. This is plus, this is minus. So naturally subtraction will occur. So 7 will come as the answer and the sign of bigger number is given to the answer. So minus sign is given to the answer. Next, the same way this other question is also solved. While calculating the multiplication part, you need not worry about like fractions. You just go on cancelling the things and only give the sign, correct sign to the answer. So here there was minus sign, so the entire answer should be minus. Here also there was one minus sign, so the entire answer is minus. Now both the answers are minus. This plus and minus sign. Now what is the meaning of the bracket? Bracket always means multiplication. Bracket means multiplication. So plus multiplied by minus gives us minus sign. Now we have two negative signs and we need to consider the rule of addition. So whenever you have the same signs, you add them. So we are adding them. After making the denominator same, we will add them and give the sign of greater number, that is minus, and this is the answer. You know how to convert it into mixed fraction. This 411 is divided by 160. We get 320 and 91 as the remainder. So 2 will be the integer part, 91 will be the numerator, and 160 will be denominator as it is, and minus sign will be given as it is. Okay, let's move on to next questions. Now multiply by 1, actually this is so easy that orally we can tell the answer. Only we have to convert this into standard form and that's it. This is the answer. Any number multiplied by 1 gives the same answer. This is multiplied into standard form, multiplied by 1 gives the same answer. This is also multiplied into standard form. If there are, as we discussed previously, if there are two negative signs, they will cancel out and they will turn to positive number. So 3 upon 4 is the actual given number. It is multiplied by 1 and the result will be same. Verify commutative property. If you remember commutative property, it means in both the direction answer will remain same. Means A into B will also be the same as B into A. So first you multiply this into this as left side, then you multiply B into A, means 13 upon minus 11 into 5 upon minus 3, and you show the calculations separately. Separately means what? They should be shown without being affected by the other answer. When you are calculating this, don't see this. When you are calculating this, don't show this. So both ways separately we have calculated the answers, and after we get the final answer, then we compare the answers. Are they same? Yes, they are. So that is our final result. 65 upon 33 is equal to 65 upon 33. That means A into B is equal to B into A. Hence verified. The other sum is also solved in the same manner. Just you can have a look on this. The picks are going to be shared. 3 into this number gives this result, and this number into 3 gives this result. Both the results are same. Hence the property of commutativity is verified. Now write the reciprocal of reciprocal. When we calculate the reciprocal, the sign remains same. If you remember, we have seen this with the property of water. While we see in the mirror, lateral inversion occurs, and while we see in the water, vertical inversion occurs. But while vertical inversion occurs, lateral inversion does not occur. Means while we reciprocate the numbers, the sign does not change. So in reciprocal, sign will remain same. So reciprocal of a positive number is positive and reciprocal of a negative number is negative. So the given number here was 5. 5 means 5 upon 1. So reciprocal will be 1 by 5. Same way we go on for the second number, minus 3. Minus 3 will be written as minus 3 by 1. So the given number is minus 3 by 1. And the reciprocal will be, yes, negative number will have a negative reciprocal, that is minus 1 by 3. Only the positions will change, but the sign will remain same. And please remember that don't put a is equal to sign between both the numbers. Deliberately I have shown a separation between both the things, because this is not equal to this. 5 upon 1 and 1 upon 5 are totally different things. They are not equal, so don't show equal to sign between the given number and the reciprocal. 5 by 11, reciprocal will be 11 upon 5. And similar way, we have calculated the reciprocals of the remaining numbers. Now this here there were two minus signs. Both of them cancel out, and the actual given number is 7 upon 8. So its reciprocal will be 8 upon 7. And likewise we calculate the reciprocals. The next sum was also for calculation of reciprocals, but before calculating the reciprocal we have to first evaluate the given question. After evaluation you have to find the reciprocal of that answer, of the evaluated thing. So first of all, count the negative signs. How many negative signs are there? 2 negative signs. Even or odd? Even. So both the negative signs will turn out to be positive answer. And then you just calculate numerator into numerator and denominator by denominator. 3 ones are 3. 5 into 13 is difficult, but 13 into 5 is easy. So we do 13 into 5. 13 5s are 65. So 3 upon 65 is the result. Now reciprocal of the given result will be, just change the position, 65 upon 3. This is 0, 3. Same way here, count the number of negative signs. If they are in pairs, make it positive. Yes, they are in pairs, so make it positive. 8 10s are 80, 3 7s are 21. Is there anything which can be cancelled out? No, nothing. So this is the final result. Now we were asked about the reciprocal, so we'll just reciprocate the given thing. That means both the positions are swapped, 21 upon 80. Thank you.